What's up, guys? Joshua Little here with Bearded Beast Fishing, and I want to take a few minutes to talk about our latest trip out to Hollis Lathem. This was last week when we went out. We get out there as soon as the gates open and launch the kayaks. As soon as we put in and we start making our way around, we get to one of the shallow flats and we see fish just blowing up like crazy. So we stopped there and you could see the fish coming in and chasing bait on the flat and then coming back off. It was probably around 74 degrees water temp, and water clarity was probably 4 to 5 feet at least. So I was looking for a clear popper, so that's what I started with, was the new Shimano Worldwide, or the World Pop that they've got with the flash boost in it. Was able to pick up one fish that way. After about 20 minutes of no more bites, I switched up to the Evergreen SB shallow blow. This is the 105 in chrome. What happened is the wind picked up a little bit, so the water was getting a little bit more choppy, but then also with the clear skies, the chrome was the best color option for that. As soon as they start blowing up, cast over there, start walking it, and they would hit it. So for the next couple hours, I sat right there and caught some fish. As it started to die down a little bit, I started making my way further back on the lake. What I noticed is the fish would come up on the points, start chasing fish, and then run back down deep. So I would come up to the points, fish those areas a little bit, was able to catch a few more that way when they would come up and blow, using the exact same SB, cast it out there and just walking it back. I had a couple that would smack it, wouldn't take it, don't kill it, just keep working it, and I was able to get them. So the rod that I like to throw that on is a 610, and this is a medium light, extra fast St. Croix, and this is their Legend Tournament Series. The reel that I'm using is a Shimano MGL 70HG, and this is my jerkbait rod. And the biggest reason I like to use it for this is because it allows the rod to do all of the work. And that's what you want with this bait. You don't want a super stiff rod, so when you cast it out there, then your arm's getting tired, the bait's not walking the way it should. The other thing is the line. I like to use 12 to 14 pound mono. You want the line to float, of course. It helps keep the nose of the bait up a little bit so that you're not constantly trying to fight that line. A lot of people like to use straight braid. That's just a preference for me, especially when I'm in super clear water. As the day continued, sun gets up, of course, it seemed like all the topwater bites just went away. So I was working an underspin, Texas rig, a couple other baits, and wasn't having any success. So I switched up to a Chattahoochee jig, and this is just a very natural color. That's what I like to throw when I'm fishing any type of clear water. Let's get your green pumpkin, black, and as the trailer, I'm actually using a Rage, and this is their small crawl, like the little baby crawl. Rage tail, 3/8 ounce jig, and one of the things that I like to do is actually cut the top, so it's more like a finesse jig. And what you see is just a little bit of movement, you get a lot of action at the top, and I think that's something else that draws those fish in. So I finished up the day fishing this around cover and was able to pick up some more that way, just on cover. Now, the rod that I like to use with the jig, this is a 7-foot Legend, and this is a heavy, and that also is it's a fast action. The reel that I like to throw this on is a Curado 70 XG. Once again, smaller spool. I like it because it allows me to skip a lot better. I don't have a whole lot of line on there. This is just a rod that I've become comfortable with whenever I'm fishing a jig. Now the line that I'm actually throwing is 17 pound fluorocarbon. This is in BizX. A lot of people like to throw different fluorocarbon. Some will like to throw braid with a leader. I prefer to just stick with a 17 pound, just straight fluoro. If you're headed out to Hollis Lathem, definitely take a topwater, something that imitates bait fish, because they are feeding like crazy up there, especially early mornings. We covered majority of the lake. We've seen a lot of fish super shallow, but they were extremely finicky. Tried, like I said, Texas rig, wacky, underspin, even topwater, a big swim bait, just a lot of different things. And they just, as soon as it would hit the water, they'd freak out. And even with the wacky rig, they had no desire whatsoever. But I think the biggest deal is when you're that close, of course, you can see them, they can see you. So if I'm going out there anytime soon, I'm taking a jig. If your preference is Texas rig, take that with you. And then also a Topwater. If you know it's going to be sunny, go with chrome. If you know that you're going to have overcast, anything like that, I like to throw like a bone color. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you later.